The Proton Pack is a fictional gadget that is mainly used for manipulating and funnily lassoing ghosts in the Ghostbusters universe. They were first shown in the film Ghostbusters, which was released in 1984. Its structure back then, as it is now, was quite peculiar. It had a handheld wand that was connected to a nuclear accelerator, which was compressed to the size of a backpack. The purpose of the Proton Pack was to control a stream of extremely focused and polarized protons that capture the negatively charged energy of a ghost, trapping it within the stream. This was quite special as it was the first sort of technology in the world to be able to separate electrons from protons. Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin. How do the Ghostbusters Proton Packs work? The Proton Pack was designed and invented by Dr. Egon Spengler and Dr. Ray Stentz. It is basically a cyclotron system that is portable, i.e. can be carried by a human. This cyclotron is used to create a charged particle beam that is composed of protons and is fired by the particle thrower, called the Neutrona Wand or just the Wand. In the first Ghostbusters film in 1984, this interesting device is called the Positron Collider, as it functions by colliding high-energy positrons to generate the proton beam that is needed to capture the negative ghost particles. The term Proton Pack is first used in Ghostbusters 2 in 1989. The novel based on Ghostbusters, released in 1984, also mentions Proton Packs by name. In a later Ghostbusters game released in 2009, it is explained that the energy emitted by the proton stream from the Proton Packs helps to dissipate psychokinetic PK energy that the ghosts use to manifest themselves. Draining them of this PK energy allows them to be easily captured within the Proton Pack. Basically, the collision of positrons leads to a proton beam that can contain and trap negatively charged ectoplasmic entities. It has been revealed that technically the Proton Pack's energy cell has a half-life of 5,000 years, and the proton stream emitted from the Proton Pack is actually highly customizable, being adjustable for stream intensity, length, and degrees of polarization. In a cartoon episode of Ghostbusters from the cartoon series The Real Ghostbusters from 1986, it is revealed that the maximum power setting from the Proton Pack is 500,000 MHz, possibly referring to the rate at which positrons collide within the accelerator system. In the Ghostbusters cartoons, Proton Packs have the capability to self-destruct and affect a radius of half a mile. The cartoons also made the Proton Pack much less efficient, allowing them to run out of critical energy in order to generate dramatic tension. In the animated spin-off Extreme Ghostbusters, Proton Packs are redesigned by increasing their nuclear capability and modifying the power system. There is a compact version of the Proton Pack called Proton Pistol. Is it possible to build a Proton Pack in real life? The answer is maybe. The Proton Pack is a nuclear-powered backpack capable of colliding high-energy positrons generating a proton beam that shoots out of the particle thrower. It accomplished this through the use of a cyclotron or, in later reboots, a synchrotron. Cyclotrons work by accelerating particles from the center of the device outward along a semicircular path through the use of magnetic fields. The polarity of these magnetic fields needs to be flipped continuously. How small can one build a cyclotron? An 8-centimeter one has been made by CERN, but the question about energy requirement remains. This whole contraption will also require powerful electromagnets as well as a very efficient cooling system. It is maybe possible to reach a certain level of acceleration within the device to create a stream, but the energy levels might not be enough to capture ghosts, although that depends entirely on how negatively charged ghosts are, something that Ghostbusters don't mention. Crossing streams here is not a problem, as it is exactly what, say, scientists at the Large Hadron Collider and many other places and institutions do in order to find the secrets of the universe. So the old concept of not crossing streams is now considered wrong. Let us explain this in more detail. Crossing the streams. Dr. Egon Spengler strictly warned against crossing streams. He says that its effects would be catastrophic, stopping life as one knows it and all atoms in one body shooting out at the speed of light. Thus, crossing streams was highly discouraged initially. However, in a desperate effort to stop the powerful Gozer the Gozerian, Spengler realized that the door to Gozer's temple may be closed if they cross the stream. Hence, the Ghostbusters crossed the stream and the energy generated closed the doors to Gozer's dimension and caused a lot of destruction as as well. In Ghostbusters, the video game from 2009, the Ghostbusters state that crossing the streams during the fight with Gozer only worked due to the presence of a cross-dimensional portal, and thus should be used only as a last resort. At the end of the game, the Ghostbusters come face-to-face with Shandor and his powerful destructor form and are focused across the stream, resulting in a blast destroying Shandor, as well as sending the Ghostbusters back to their own dimension. This tactic was also attempted by the respective Ghostbusters in the 2016 reboot movie, Ghostbusters, wherein the Ghostbusters initially tried to close a portal by crossing streams.
Needle nose pliers?
Parts of a proton pack. The primary parts of a proton pack include the booster, power cell, injectors, bumper, and shock mount. Along with those are the PPD, data transfer line, CRT emitters, cyclotron lid, mini cyclotron, and synchronous generator. Additional secondary parts include Ramus boards, which may be 6-pin or 8. Apart from these are several tertiary parts like ribbon cable, power cell, heatsink, ion arm, and so on. I know, boring. These individual parts of the proton pack are not important to know, but give an idea of how difficult it is to put together a proton pack in real life. Proton packs and props in the real world. The original props representing proton packs were made by the prop department of Columbia Pictures. An auction in 2012 revealed that hero proton packs made of molded fiberglass and aluminum backplates, motherboards, were made by Boss Film Studios. The basic shape of the proton pack was molded with foam with various surplus resistors from the 60s, hoses, and a ribbon cable. The overall weight came to 16 kilos. There are many lights in the device, including 15 blue scrolling lights, as well as 4 lights in the circular cyclotron portion that light up in rotation. The wand contained several lights, such as incandescent bulbs, strobe lights, and so on. Proton packs from the Ghostbusters movies are some of the most in-demand and collectible props ever. A mid-grade prop fetched over $13,000. A proton pack worn by Harold Ramis sold for $130,000, while the ghost trap and pedal used when Slimer is captured, also known as the Slimer pack, sold for $60,000. There is an active and bustling prop replica community and forums, fora, that construct replica proton packs and contain detailed instructions on how to build proton packs out of simple cardboard. Some complex proton packs built by them have lights and sound. Some of these prop forums also sell pre-built proton packs. In late 2021, Hasbro announced a replica of Spengler's proton pack as a crowdfunding campaign that was successfully backed by gamers and went into shipment in January 2023. Proton packs as seen in the Ghostbusters anime and comics. Proton packs are first used in the Sedgwick Hotel to capture a Class 5 ghost who would later turn out to be Slimer. The proton pack has been used to power several objects, such as a helicopter's ignition. The Ghostbusters also perform an annual maintenance on the proton packs, since proton streams emitted can be harmful to humans if not properly attuned. In the anime, there is a max boost option that greatly strengthens the proton streams but can only be used for 20 seconds or so. As mentioned earlier, the proton pack can be used to overload or self-destruct to the point of even almost killing people. Proton packs were also patched into the Tokyo television tower in order to reach 1 gigawatt of energy needed to dissipate Lizardo, a famous monster-turned-ghost. Spengler encountered Akira the Ghost, and several Ghostbusters tried to use the proton pack to capture her but failed. Spengler concluded that she was too powerful for the original proton pack to capture her, and it needed to be redesigned. Thus, Spengler increased the nuclear capacity of the proton pack, and a compact version called Proton Pistol was also developed. As far as the Ghostbusters comics are concerned, each of the original 3 Ghostbusters modified and constructed their own proton packs. Ramus boards were upgraded from 6-pin to 8-pin, allowing proton packs to have access to a wider energy spectrum. Cooling covers were removed to make the proton packs lighter. Egon and Ray continued to make upgrades to proton packs. Their studies on paranormal entities revealed that ectoplasm can be changed with varying subatomic charges. These new versions of proton packs were first used by the junior team, complete with proton beam, ferminion shock, and plasma inductor options. Each option disperses an entity with a specific weakness to a certain energy frequency, reducing the need for ghost traps. Some Ghostbusters approached Egon and Stantz for help with the case of a powerful spellbook called Rauskina after their proton pack was atomized. Post this, Egon and Stantz modified the pack. Proton packs as seen in the Ghostbuster movies. Dr. Ray Stantz had not achieved a completely successful test of their equipment at Sedgwick Hotel, and Dr. Egon Spengler blamed himself for it. A successful field test was later conducted, but Spengler warned the Ghostbusters against crossing streams. Convinced that the end of the world was coming, Spengler took his proton pack and other things and fled to Somerville. He worked on another proton pack but did not complete it, which his grandfather later did. He discovered an important selenium mine as well as a temple dedicated to Gozer hidden within it. Spengler was able to build proton cannons in this period, which each contains at least 4 modified proton packs, along with other equipment such as particle throwers and a PKE meter. Egon's granddaughter, Phoebe, worked on his unfinished proton pack and was able to fix it, being brilliant like her grandfather. She tested it and was able to cause some destruction, but was unable to capture a ghost. At this point, the Ghostbusters tried to capture Gozer with their proton packs. They fired and hit Gozer, then crossed their streams. Gozer clutched at the streams, uncrossed them and whipped them, launching the Ghostbusters into the air. At this point, Phoebe shot Gozer back in the head and they fired at each other, their streams colliding. Phoebe started to lose ground and was pushed backwards, but suddenly her grandfather Egon's ghost manifested and helped her be steady and move forward. At this point, the Ghostbusters joined in with their proton packs too, and finally Gozer was captured. Marvelous verdict. Proton packs are highly recognizable pieces of equipment from the world of paranormal investigation. Its style has been modified over the years, starting from a backpack-style device with a handheld wand. In subsequent years, although the technology was upgraded and made more efficient, the proton pack still maintained its iconic look. However, to appeal to a younger demographic and to adapt to an animated universe, the proton pack was given a far wider range of uses and modes, such as creating energy fields, while also serving other non-combat purposes like spectral analysis. The newer version of proton packs has a more do-it-yourself aesthetic, reflecting the resourcefulness and inventive spirit of those who make it. These newer proton packs are intentionally portrayed as being cobbled together from various available parts while still retaining their core functionality. Apart from its screen appearances, the proton pack and its design has been featured in several merchandise, toys, even Halloween costumes. It has become synonymous with ghost hunting and is an iconic piece of sci-fi technology that has influenced other paranormal equipment in popular culture. The legacy of the proton pack is thus one of enduring influence and popularity, encapsulating a blend of sci-fi, adventure, and even comedy. And if you liked our content, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to us if you haven't already. Have a good one, and be safe. Thanks, everyone!